So once the test taker has made a choice, explained why, and explained why he or she did not select the other option, and in all cases using as much of the information that was given to him or her by the examiner, then the examiner will continue with stage 4, during which questions will be asked. And these questions are related to the topic that was discussed in the previous stages. So there are 3 questions that will be asked. They may have smaller questions connected to them. The examiner will ask all questions, will ask the questions without paraphrasing, and if necessary, will simplify the language. So this is very, very important, and this applies throughout the test. The test takers need to know that if they do not understand something, they can ask the examiner to simplify or to repeat. Okay, so this is very, very important. And of course, the test taker needs to respond to the questions, needs to justify and give examples. And these examples can be based on personal experiences. Here it is very important, once again, not to give dry answers. So if a student is asked, do you like music? Not to just say yes. Yes, I enjoy music. And an easy way for students to say more is simply think why. Yes, I enjoy music because it relaxes me. So this is very, very important for students not to give dry answers, and this applies throughout the test. The other thing that I mentioned already is if students have any questions, and this applies throughout the test, the examiner can either repeat or paraphrase. And as I said, the test taker needs to respond, giving full answers, needs to justify, and give examples, and these examples could be based on personal experiences. Now, some frequently asked questions for this stage. Is the third question more challenging than the other 2? Actually, it is. However, as I said, the examiner can repeat. The test taker can ask the examiner to repeat the question and even paraphrase. So if the test taker does not understand, the test taker should not worry, should ask the examiner to paraphrase, to explain. What happens if the test taker cannot elaborate? An easy way, as I said, to elaborate is to think why. However, if the test taker cannot elaborate, the examiner will help him or her elaborate. And what happens if the test taker does not understand the question or the questions? As I said, the test taker can ask the examiner to repeat or paraphrase the question so that the test taker can understand. Here, I would like to stress that the important thing is for the test taker to respond appropriately, to give answers that are correct. So the test taker should not just give any answer, should make sure that he or she has understood so that his or her response is appropriate. Now, a very common expression that comes up in the third question is, to what extent do you think this is true? Or something like that. To what extent? It is good that your students are familiar with this expression.